atheist, Christian, Jewish, Muslims, obviously. We have some guys that are Hindu. This is very diverse, very, very diverse. I do not, on lives, on this account specifically, I am not specific to Islam, right? I'm open to everybody. Everybody's welcome. Everybody comes on in, regardless of what you believe in, what you practice. So you're more than welcome. Same thing with the book club that we just started. It's open to everybody. None of this here is meant for me to push my religious practice on anybody, or to disregard and or discredit anyone else's. So yeah, that's what's up. That's what is up. Everyone is beautiful. Everybody is beautiful. So that's why I want to have this conversation today, right? Because we've had a few. Oh wait, one thing should note, guys. I am on YouTube. I believe this is live. So, whoops, I'm restricted for being live. Well, if you wanted to be a live guest, here's an interesting thing that you may not have known. I'm also taking live guest requests on YouTube. Yes, Cyrus is on YouTube. So if you do want to guest up, but you fall prey to the limitations of TikTok, you can find me on YouTube. You can guest there, and we can have more of the conversation. Right? We can do it there as well. So that's the beauty of what we have going on, this little setup I'm putting together, because I do recognize for a number of topics that, the sisters want to participate, people want to participate, but TikTok's got that limitation. So I'm slowly but surely trying to work the community over into YouTube for the lives. I will continue to do both, but I do recognize that there is a limitation with TikTok in terms of getting people to be able to come up and guests, etc., etc. So that is that, right? That's why that's happening here. So again, if you guys haven't already, feel free to drop a little subscribe on the YouTube. Yes. So I have a YouTube setup. It's similar to how TikTok works, except the guests with StreamYard actually have there's a back room for the guests. So you guys could actually talk back there if you're a guest waiting to come up, or if you're a guest who's already live. And we can have up to 5 or 10 people in total. I would never do 10, but it is open. So I do want to have more of a call-in type show with you guys, right? Okay, so there's a delay on it. And if I remember correctly, the delay is more on the viewer side, right? So as guests, we would be on the same, there wouldn't be any delay. But we'll see. Right, we'll see. We're trying to work it out. But yeah, the intention here, right, is to create more of your other one and this one. Okay. Which other one? Which other one is that? Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Assalamu alaikum to everybody coming in. Peace and blessings, ladies and gentlemen. I, of course, am your host, Cyrus. And your sentences behind. Okay, that's what you're talking about. Okay, got it. So that much of a delay back there. Interesting. I know why that is. The reason for that actually is because I'm using what is called StreamYard, right? And it's a management software for running lives. So having that delay allows for the host to, if they need to cut certain parts out very quickly or do something before it actually hits the live, you can react to it. So I understand that part. Now I get what you're saying with the delay. I thought you're speaking about the delay outside of me using a streamer. I didn't consider that part. But yes, I understand. There's definitely delays with third-party software. You get less of a delay with OBS, but for now we're using StreamYard because we're testing it out. Yeah, guys, I don't care about your opinion about my face. Anger, the anger. Okay, so ladies, I'm very, welcome, by the way. Welcome. Again, just to add some more intent, I know you guys are coming in. I do want to make the show more of a call-in show, right? So I want to structure it in which I come on up, I present the topic, right? I have a little spiel for you, a little speech, right? With some words as to why we're speaking on it, what I'm observing. And then we can get the guests up and we have that discussion, right? So that's the structure I'm going to be moving forward with and implementing as we go along. And that will be, and the exceptions to that will be, of course, on Friday nights for those 2 hours, right? Actually, Friday nights will be a little iffy, and the Saturdays where it's a bit of a different structure, right? Because that Saturday is the ladies' night and Friday is for the men, gentlemen's night, and the structure is different. But outside of that, it will be a call-in show. I'd like it to be a call-in show. I want us to discuss, I want to have more serious discussions with you guys, right? On the topics of the day, what's going on. So I see you in the back, Sentient Facts. I'm going to bring you up in a moment. Just give me a second. Just want to greet everybody. Welcome, guys. Please feel free to drop me some likes. Thank you so very, very much. If you haven't followed me on the YouTubes, drop a follow on the YouTubes. If you do miss any of these lives, or you want some of the shortened versions of these lives, some of the cutaways, the good pieces, they are going up on YouTube as we speak. We just got 2 new videos up today. We have a full session up on YouTube that going up today. That took a while to get together, but we're making progress. We're figuring it out. So that's what we have going on, guys. So feel free to find me over there, watch some of the replays, get in on it, be part of the conversation. This is what we want to have in this space. We call it the safe space because I do not debate. I have discussions. We have discussions here. I don't see the purpose in debating. We're not doing any sort of pissing contests. I want each other to learn. One of the things you will find is that the content that I host and the way in which I host lives are quite different from other people. Right? Quite different. So be mindful of that. But coming on with an open heart and an open mind, and inshallah, God willing, you will learn something. So welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cyrus, please tell me you have a wife. No, I do not have a wife. Soon, inshallah. Hopefully soon I will find one. Let me bring up Sentient. Greetings, Sentient. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Yourself?
I'm well. What do you have for us tonight?
Cool. So I've got some points which might kind of trigger the viewers, and I'll try my best to obviously trigger the viewers.
Mm-hmm.
But this is coming from a place of preference-wise. So I'm a man, and in my opinion, I personally believe that there's obviously varying degrees of makeup application. So you have the heavy makeup, and then you have the slightly less makeup.
Mm-hmm.
kind of conceal stuff like scars or acne and stuff like that. So I think it does obviously depend on how much you apply your makeup and how different you actually look compared to using it. Personally, I'm not one to go for women that use makeup in general.
Okay.
But if I was to, I'd say the less the better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So tell me, why do you prefer less, or preferably just all natural? Why is that?
Well, mainly because it's more honest, I thought, because at first glance, first perception is always good, and it is important in a lot of different aspects in life. For example, if you're going for a job interview, I believe obviously it shouldn't be this way, but makeup is heavily looked on if you're going for an interview as a woman. You are going to get a more positive kind of experience if you're a woman. And in terms of dating life, I feel like it's more pushed for women to wear makeup and glamorize themselves. So if you ask me personally, it's it's more honest. Like, if I'm getting to know the person, I want to know how they'll look after, when I get to sort of know them properly. So they might be concealing something that, I might find them unattractive, once they kind of reveal how they actually look like. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So like I said, it does vary, but me personally, I'm completely against makeup. I kind of understand why women, like with kind of acne scars and acne or pimples, might need it. But I just feel like if you kind of take care of your skin, you wouldn't really need heavy amount of makeup. Do you know what I mean? It like I said, it does vary with people's clinical conditions. Some people have severe acne. Some people have like indented scars. Everyone's very different. For the vast majority of people, I feel like we shouldn't have to rely on eyelash extensions. That's one other thing as well. That's kind of I'm heavily against eyelash extensions. It's sorry to the viewers, but it's very, very unattractive. Like, some people have really long eyelash extension, and it's just not, personally for me, it's not appealing. And yeah, it's just tiny small things like eyelash extensions, really long nails, heavy makeup or foundation, whoever it is. It's just, it sounds misogynistic from my part, but it's honestly a preferential thing. And I think
hold on a second. Hold on, brother. Hold on. One moment. I don't want you to lose your thought here. Yeah. However,
sorry, man. I talk a lot. So.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's good for, you'll find that I have a unique audience of women here. Very unique. So they're all right. You're all right. You're all right. What I wanted to point out, though, is this. You said that it sounds misogynistic of you to have a preference and to acknowledge that that having makeup in the extremes is unnecessary. There's nothing misogynistic about that. Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Right. So I just wanted to correct you on that one. I don't want you, just even saying that to yourself. No, not at all. Not at all, brother. But please continue.
Yeah. So obviously, like I said, we have to be, considerate of the views. I know, logically speaking, it's not misogynistic, but obviously because we are dealing with, women here, and they are gonna kind of get the gist of my saying, thinking that, okay, this applies to all women, but obviously it doesn't. So anything I do say, it's not in bad taste. Does that make sense? It's just me kind of putting myself out there with my preferences. I know it's going to sound quite negative for women, but that's obviously, it's just my opinion with regards to things. There's a lot of factors, in terms of dating, but definitely makeup is one of the, more important ones,
Well, when you say that, right, and I love that you're speaking, brother. I love it. I love that you have your preferences. I love that you're voicing it. I really do. And I want to encourage you to not be, I'm not saying that you are, but just in case, don't be afraid about voicing your opinion. I know our society is just hunting us men down like no other, right? If you're a masculine man, you have preferences, you have standards, you're not afraid to own them. The world wants, at least the Western world wants to shoot you down for that. And I want to encourage you to continue to speak on what's true for you, right? And to not apologize, right? That's one thing that I believe a lot of us as men, myself included, right? I had to weed this out of myself. Apologizing for having an opinion, apologizing for making a statement of truth. We don't need to apologize just because someone else is going to have a feeling about it, right? Especially when, you came up and you've spoken beautifully, right? You're well spoken. And there's nothing disrespectful about what you said or how you presented your thoughts and opinions. So there's absolutely nothing you need to apologize for. Absolutely not, brother. No way. So I really want to emphasize that and encourage that, because I love hearing, men come here and speak, and when they can speak well and present their ideas, I think it's something that needs to be encouraged and not shamed or put down, because the unfortunate reality that we have today is that so many good men have been shot down and silenced that, our world in the West has turned into chaos because, the minority of bad men out there are the loudest, or the lost ones. They're the loudest, and the good men are shot down. So I see you, from what you said, brother, you're a good man in my books, man. So please don't feel any ways about sharing your opinions, man. You speak well.
Thank you, man. I absolutely appreciate that. And I take that fully as a compliment. But the main reason as to why I'm kind of holding back a bit is because, I've recently been, banned off TikTok Live for hateful comments. And one of the main bullet points was heavy makeup, and then obviously, thumbs down.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people must have, reported it for, hate TikTok. So that's why I'm kind of holding back, because I don't want you to kind of be reprimanded for the same thing I did.
I see. Oof.
So yeah, you can't really speak about anything these days, especially online. You will literally get cancelled. Like, and as of currently, I'm literally trying my hardest to kind of offend at least amount of people as I can. Because if I do, then I risk, losing my actual account. So it's probably the reason why I'm kind of holding back a bit. I mean, I can definitely talk in the comment section, but in terms of actually coming up on the live,
I understand.
I can be a bit more careful.
I get it. And it's a shame that that we as men need to now be so strategic and cautious about what we say and where we say it and how we say it. It's madness, but I understand this completely, because I myself recently made another account just in case. So I'm like, look, if something happens, I need to have somewhere to go.
Yeah, man, that's a smart move. I probably should do that as well, but it's gonna take a while to get there, man.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's at 0 right now, but I'm like, at least it's something. At least it's something.
Yeah, at least you made a start there.
Exactly.
So I would really like to kind of hear what the other woman have to say, because I know I haven't heard much, opinions of other women with regards to this issue.
Yes.
I know it is an extremely sensitive topic, but I kind of like to hear opposing arguments. I kind of want to understand why women feel this way, because I have an older sister myself, and we've had this discussion.
Yes.
Where she's mentioned that she's not doing it for anyone. She's just doing it for, for herself. So I've kind of questioned her. I was like, are you sure? Because obviously when you're going outside, she did used to, apply makeup when she used to go outside. And I asked her, is it because you're concealing, perhaps maybe have your hyperpigmentation or, your acne perhaps? And she would just honestly say that, because she's so used to do it. It's sort of like a second habit. Does that make sense? Like,
yes,
it's almost habitual. So I really don't really understand why women do it in general. Everyone has a different opinion. Most women say that they just do it for themselves. But I think in actuality, it's mainly securities. That's what I like to say. It's mainly, and it's not a negative thing. Everyone has insecurities, but it's definitely a security thing.
I can hear that. I can see. I got sisters myself, man. I'm very aware of this. Very aware. But yeah, ladies in the chat, right? For those of you that are making use of makeup, right? Give us some insight as to why, right? What's the appeal? What pushes you towards continuing its use, right? What is it? And welcome, Alondra. Good to see you. I see we got a new profile pic going on. What, sis? All right, I see you. How you doing?
Yeah, I got a new headband, so I had to take a picture.
Okay, the flex. Beautiful smile. What do you have for us?
Thank you for having me up. So I hope I don't get any hate from this woman, but I agree with the gentleman below me. I think that women are doing it because they like the attention that they get when they do it. And what I would say to that is, if men stopped giving them attention when they did all this, there would be no need to do it. So if men really want women to stop wearing makeup and be natural and not wear weave, then you cannot give these women any play at all, like none. Men have to band together and say, listen, we're not giving these women attention if they're not in their natural state, with their natural hair and their natural faces. Then we're not even gonna look at them to even sleep with, because so long as these women get attention and men are in their DMs and offering to buy them drinks because they look good, they're gonna keep having this mindset that the makeup is working, right? The weave is working. They're always gonna say, "Oh, well, I get plenty of play. I don't have an issue with men." Um, so So I would say men are the problem here, because women dress for the attention of men, and they're getting attention when they dress that way.
You are not wrong. I agree 100,000,000,000%. If we as men as a whole wanted to combat the use of excessive makeup, then as a group, the far majority of us needs to no longer give these women any play or attention whatsoever. I agree. Unfortunately, I know for a fact that is not going to happen. Unfortunately, no, it's not going to happen. As men, if they're not looking for marriage, they want to have fun. Makeup is a very useful tool in garnering sexual attention from men. Very, very, very good tool at that. And a lot of the far majority of men are weak, right? They're weak in their behaviors. They're weak to their urges and sexual desire. They're weak. They just can't do it, and it's sad to see. Very, very sad, but it's unfortunate truth. I would love for the majority of men to come together and be like, listen, we are not going to give women any play, no attention, no nothing, unless they are minimal in the makeup, right?
Instagram or in person.
Instagram and in person. Matter of fact, online, if there is a hint of a filter, I'm blocking you. The hint of a filter, blocking you.
Filter on this picture.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But the reason for this is so important, right? Because we've come to a point now where, with all of the makeup and the filters, I really do wonder. I really do wonder, are women even seeing themselves anymore? Like who they naturally are, like what their face actually looks like. Are they truly seeing themselves and being able to appreciate who they are? Because I can speak for, I'm going to say the far majority. No. I'm going to speak for all men. All men. We love a natural woman. You could have whatever blemishes, no problem. You got a pimple, no problem. We love that stuff. You got stretch marks, no problem. Like, we genuinely have a very strong appreciation and desire and liking for women in just their natural state. Ladies, you guys know this. I'm sure so many of you ladies have gone out looking what you would say your worst, right? So no makeup, no hair done. You just did a quick bun, or what do you call it? Or head tie, head wrap, and you just kind of ran out, and you got attention. You had men watching, and you were shocked, you were surprised. Why are the men still finding me attractive? It's because we do. The far majority, right? Maybe not every single man, but the far majority of us ladies, we genuinely appreciate. Here's the other thing. The other thing is this: as men, right, our attraction is also extremely wide. So we can look at 5 different women from 5 different cultures, 5 different body types, 5 different facial features, 5 different hair textures, and all y'all are attractive. All of you guys can be beautiful to us. But amongst yourselves, some of you may be looking at each other like, oh no, I don't look as good as she does, or I have this flaw, I have that flaw. The way we as men see you ladies, it's very difficult to truly say a woman who is not beautiful in the face. Like, just your average woman is beautiful. You guys really are. Your average woman is beautiful. Now, are there ranges?
Sorry, can I still interject?
Please do.
Yeah, so I'd have to respectively disagree.
All right.
When you mention men, obviously in general, we're attracted to all body types, the 5 body types as you described it. I personally disagree, mainly because I feel like there's always areas of improvement. So you can't exceed the average body weight for your height and your muscle fat ratio, right? It does depend. So obviously there are areas of improvement. If you feel like you're slightly overweight, you can go gym. If you feel like your skin isn't looking too great, there's products for that. There's glycolic acid. There's there's.
This is the reason why women hate themselves. Just for the record.
Sorry.
I missed that as well, Alondra.
I was being rude. I should have waited for you to finish. I apologize.
No, that's fine. No worries. So, to finish off my point, there's always areas of improvement. For example, if you feel like you need to improve your hair texture, in fact, I won't say improve your hair texture, but just keep it nice and tidy. You can do that without actually using hair straighteners. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things you can do, and it's all natural. I'm not saying women have to do it, but it definitely does at a point, right? You can exercise, you can eat well, there's literally YouTube videos on how to kind of self-improve, and there's even new terms invented for it, like look maxing, how to look the best for your actual weight, how to look best for your actual whoever it is, it's all online. So there's no excuse nowadays to kind of keep pushing that narrative. With all due respect, we like women in all sizes, when in generality, in honesty, we this isn't the truth.
Well,
so can I respond to that?
Before you do a response to that, I'm glad that you brought that up, brother, and Assalamu alaikum, by the way. I know you're a Muslim.
Wa alaikum salam, bro.
One thing that I should add to that I didn't make clear when I make that statement, which I'll remember for the future, is when I talk about the body types, I'm talking about just a woman's body type as it's being maintained, right? Some women are thinner, some women are bigger, but not when they've let themselves go, either being like they're under eating and they're super, super thin. I'm not talking about that. Or they go to the other extreme, right? Where they're eating too much, not exercising, and they're bloated out. I'm not talking about the extremes. I'm talking about the variety of body types where they're maintaining themselves. They're not in the extremes of weight gain or weight loss. But I appreciate you pointing that out, because that's something I need to make clear in the future when I mention that.
All right, no worries. Thank you for clarifying.
No problem. Alondra.
I it was a joke, but there was truth behind it, right? But I think it's the reason why women hate themselves, because you want them to be perfect without. You want them to naturally be perfect, right? She has to buy all these products because some women unfortunately are prone to acne. She's got to buy all these products, all these things to have a clean face. Darker skinned women are more prone to dark spots. So it's like you want us to look like the woman without makeup. You want us to look like the woman that has no makeup without makeup. You want us to look like the woman who has a BBL without actually getting a BBL. And it's like those standards right there. What Cyrus said was great, right? He's like, come as you are, come natural, and then you're gonna follow right behind him, and then say all these crazy things that make women say, okay, see, this is why we do what we do, because you want us to look this way. So I think that now I'll agree, a woman should be healthy, right? I'm plus size, right? I'm obviously in that regard not healthy. So I get that, right? A woman should be healthy. But the other thing she mentioned is just like, you guys have these unrealistic standards about the way a woman should naturally look. You even mentioned changing her hair texture, and then you tried to correct yourself or cover it up by saying, oh, we'll just do this, that, and the third. But it's like, okay, so if that's the case, if it's so easy to do this, well, then it's so easy for you to become a 6-figure earner. It's so easy for you to have a 6-pack, right?
Right. Can I interject?
Please do, brother.
Sorry, yeah. So as you just mentioned, the whole list of improving yourself. I'm gonna quickly point out that as a man, right? I'm just gonna go into my cupboard and I'm gonna kind of name you all the things I have, right? So I've got tea tree oil, I've got glycolic acid, I've got argan oil, I've got benzoyl peroxide for my acne, I've got all, jojoba oil for my skin. I've got all these, all these products, just for mainly how I look. I know, I can't exactly do anything about my acne, but I can at least improve, how my face looks. So it's not about getting women to look like they're perfect. No one's perfect, right? It's just a matter of, let's say if you're looking for a person or an ideal type, or if you're out in the dating world, you should at least kind of put your best foot forward instead of kind of saying, woe is me. If a man wants me, then he's gonna have to take me as I am. With all due respect, sister, it doesn't work that way. And with regards to the comment I made about the hair texture, a lot of women, they don't, perhaps, this might be a generalization, and I'm sorry if it offends you, but I feel like a lot of women, and I am black, so it's not that it gives me the right to say this, but it feels as though a lot of women don't take care of their hair. A lot of women tend to either shave it quite a lot, or just wear wigs or weaves, or just mainly not take care of their hairstyle. And this applies to both genders, I think. No, not genders, races. So it can be white woman, Hispanic woman, black woman, every race of woman. I feel like it seems like it's a very minor thing, but us men, we do kind of look at it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm finished.
I'm not sure how true that statement is. For example, I know there's celebrities, but a lot of the celebrities, when they show their natural hair, it's actually really healthy and long. And those women wear wigs all the time. So just because a woman wears a wig doesn't mean she's not taking care of her hair.
I mean, sure, I guess, but I'd say that's an exception, because a lot of women I see, I'm not American, you could probably recognize by my accent, I'm in the UK, but something I've noticed, amongst women is they tend to wear weaves, and not take care of their hair properly. I mean, it's not me being sexist, but it's just something I've observed. I feel like if more women, kind of rock that natural hairstyle, and I know we're going off topic for a bit, I feel like more men would appreciate. I don't know if, Cyrus, the host, maybe you can agree with me or not. I don't know, bro, but I'm saying personally, as my own preference, I definitely prefer more natural hair. Does that make sense? Is what I'm saying makes sense? I hope it doesn't really offend anyone here.
Can you name, you said that you're a black man and you're in the UK. Can you name a natural hairstyle for a black woman?
Twists, cornrows, any. To be honest, I don't really know a lot of hairstyle, but twists in general. Once you kind of do your twist in there, I'm not too well versed in this department, but natural hair is natural hair.
And I was asking because you said that that's what you prefer, but if you haven't really seen it, how would you know what you prefer? That's what I was kind of getting.
I've seen it. I'll say longer hair, more natural. That's literally it. I don't really have to know the hairstyle in order to kind of make my point valid. I feel like it's as long as it's around the shoulder length, it's my preference. That's all that matters. It can be twisted up, it can be free, it can be in a bun, no problem. But as long as it's natural, that's just my preference.
And I'm not knocking your preferences either. I think everyone is entitled to their preferences, for the record. And I think it's great that you use oils to take care of your own skin. You don't hear a lot of men say stuff like that. So kudos to you for that. But again, like I said, some of what he said is just some of what you said is why women, they put on the makeup and they feel like they can't walk out the house if their hair doesn't look a certain way. You even mentioned length, right? Black women are known to our hair doesn't generally grow as long as women of other races. So it's like these are the European standards that we're trying to live up to. Not me personally. Obviously, you see I have locks. I don't wear makeup at all.
Right.
I don't wear lashes or eyebrows. But I'm trying to speak for a woman, right? Put myself in their shoes.
Right.
because I wore makeup for like a month, and I realized that I didn't like the way I looked without the makeup, so I had to stop because that wasn't healthy, right? So I stopped wearing makeup like 6 years ago. But still, right? It's just like we're trying to live up to these European standards of beauty, and when we do it, we're knocked for it. But it's like, but that's what men respond to. They respond when a woman puts on the long hair, like you said, you like long hair, and she puts on that wig with the long hair, and she puts on eyelashes, not the crazy ones, right? But when she puts on eyelashes and she draws her eyebrows, she gets, men respond to that because men are physical creatures. So it's like what I said earlier. Stop responding to that. Respond to the woman when the dark-skinned woman with dark spots in her face because that's just what we're prone to. Respond to her when she has that afro. I've heard a number of women say that they get hit on more by white men when they're in their natural hairstyles.
Right. Can I respond to that quickly?
Yeah, sure.
You know when you mention women, black women, it's not natural for them to have longer hair. Is that what you said? I'm just sort of clarifying.
I said they're known to not have their hair doesn't go as long as women of other races.
Right. Okay. So that's one of my points. So how come within black men we're able to kind of position our hairstyles? We can we can grow our hair longer. We can braid it. We can do everything with it. Why is it then, like, for black women, not you personally, but like, why is it harder for women to do the same? If men, if you've definitely seen men that are able to kind of wear these kind of natural hairstyles like braiding or twisting and all these sort of hairstyles. Why is it difficult for a woman to do it?
Well, I haven't seen it. The only men that I've seen with hair that's long is men with locks.
Right.
So locks is a whole nother story because, that's different. So how many men do you know that don't have locks grow their hair really long as opposed to like longer than women?
I think personally it's a matter of dedication. I mean, how well you're dedicated, and how it's a matter of preferences as well. And moving on to my kind of second point, where you said there's nothing wrong with weaves. If a woman feels like it's it does less damage to her hair. So if I give you an example, if I ask you a question, right? You're dating a man from an Asian descent. Let's say, for example, East Asia, right? This includes Chinese people, Japanese people, and all sorts, right? After the date, you decide to kind of progress it, and then you later find out that he's been wearing like a fake beard. Like, how would you feel?
I couldn't care less about that.
You can care less if you found out that whole beard was fake and he had no facial hair behind it.
No, what woman would why would I care about that?
Really?
I mean, it's unusual to see a man wear a fake beard. I'll give you that. But are you asking if I think that him wearing a fake beard is bad, or are you asking the fact that he doesn't have a natural beard?
He doesn't have a natural beard. He's just sporting a fake beard.
Because I'm not gonna tell him if he feels good and confident with that fake beard. I'm not gonna now let's just say that when we kiss it irritates my skin, like, and I start breaking out, then I would have to say, listen, I know you love this, but other than that, that's the only reason I can see where I would tell him, listen, I need you to stop doing this. Like, I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not gonna tell you to stop doing something that makes you feel good about yourself. But when he doesn't have it on, I will be sure to tell him, how good he looks without it as well. Like, because I want him to know that whether he has it on or not, I love the way you look.
Okay, so that might be because a beard might not be something that's within your preferences, or you might not kind of regard it quite highly. But let me kind of give you another example, right? Would you say you have a height preference?
Well, I'm 5'1", so I just want a guy who's taller than me, which is pretty easy to find.
Okay, let's say that person, right? Let's say he was 4'9", and he wore the shoes, and he's now 5'2" or 5'3". Would you kind of care about that sort of thing?
Yes, I would.
Right. So it is in a form. a form of kind of deception. If you get kind of what I'm saying, there's, I don't know if you've seen on TikTok, but there's these adverts where you can, for men, you can kind of increase your heights with these shoes, and he wore that to the date, and then you can kind of find out later that he's shorter than you. What would your reaction be?
Well, if he didn't tell me his height, because like people generally ask for that when they're talking online. So if he lied to me about his height, I wouldn't trust him because he's a liar.
So why is that different to the beard?
Because he lied to it. He lied about it. If I asked him, hey, is that beard? If I asked him, is that beard natural? And he lies to me, he's a liar. If a man asks me, am I wearing a wig? I will tell him the truth. Yes, I'm wearing a wig. If he asks me if I'm wearing makeup, I will say yes. But if he lies about it, I don't want to be with a liar. I cannot trust him.
Right. Okay. So let's say, because there's no way of knowing until you kind of progress it further. So your only issue with it is if he's lying to you. So let's say with the height thing, he's 4'11", right? He's shorter than you. And then you come to later find out that he's shorter than you, without the shoes. So you wouldn't have a problem with it because he was honest from the beginning.
No, I have a preference on height, just like you have a preference on size, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. But do you understand how I'm correlating?
You're comparing physical features to things that people are doing that are quote unquote fake.
No, we're all talking about physical features here. We're talking about height. We're talking about hairstyles. We're talking about weight. These are all
You're talking about things that people are doing to make themselves look different. That is not the same as height. That is not the same as size. There's nothing I can do. Right. There's nothing I can do to deceive you about the fact that I'm plus size. You will see that in person. That is different than you not wanting me to wear a wig because you want my natural hair. The two aren't comparable. I'm sorry. The reason I don't want to ask for 9 is because who's going to reach the top shelf? I need you to reach the top shelf.
Right. Okay. So
if you're shorter than me, neither one of us can reach it.
So are you finished this book?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So the reason as to why I said a weave or a wig is because I was kind of relating it to the topic of discussion here, which is makeup. And it's much more easier to kind of, I wouldn't say deceive, but like pass it under the radar that, someone might not even notice that you're wearing a weave or not. It's the same as a makeup. Like we don't essentially know what you look like behind that makeup. So that's why I was trying to relate it, to the makeup, and as opposed to, actually doing things to get your body in shape. With regards to what I've said about, maintaining your look, using all the essential oils, making sure that your skin looks clean and healthy. This is something you can actually improve, and there's nothing wrong with it, right? A lot of people do that as self-improvement. But with regards to the weave thing, the reason as to why I said that was to kind of make some correlations with regards to the weave and the makeup. Because at first glance, you're not going to really have anything to say because you don't know how the person looks, because you haven't got to know them properly. So that's why I kind of made that distinction there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And because most men, I would like to say that most men they understand that women wear makeup. When you're in the dating stage, assuming you guys met online, right? When you're in the dating stage, you ask them for a couple of natural pics. Hey, I love the, can I get a couple of natural pics? Just like I would ask a man's height in the dating stage before we even meet, because you want to qualify her, you want to see her without the makeup, and I want to make sure you're taller than me. So those are things that you do before you even go out with them.
I'm gonna take it a step further, right? I'll say, even though it's a preference thing, right? And I have no issue with regards to your preferences. It's your preferences. You can have them. It's completely up to you. I would be devil's advocate, right? And make the exception that with regards to height, you can't really change your height as a man. Whereas with makeup, you can actually change your makeup, and then you can definitely change your hairstyle. So when you're comparing men's heights to things that you can change, just from a purely logical point of view here, it's kind of it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's not fair. Does that make sense? But as again, I do understand it's your preference, but I'm just trying to make you see, a different argument, a different point here.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the woman's shapeshift comment. No, I get what you're saying. At the end of the day, some people are just born with less favorable conditions, right? A man that is shorter, unfortunately, you know, women are generally attracted to taller guys. And that, like you said, that is something that can't. Well, you can get surgery, I think, but I think you won't be able to jump anymore if you get surgery to make yourself taller. But I'm digressing.
I'm pretty sure that's not a thing, but
no, it's definitely a thing.
It is.
I mean, as past the age of, you know, I've obviously done my research. So past the age of puberty, right? The only thing that can make you taller is your height lengthening surgery, right? Anything other than that, with regards to the, you know, the tibia, it's as soon as you get to that adult age where the tibia stops growing, the tibia and the fibia, that's it. You know, it's once it's calcified, you can no longer, you know, increase in height. There's no other way. You can improve your, you know, you can improve your posture, and that's literally about it.
I just don't think it's cool that a man's like, oh, well, you can change the length of your hair, so you should go it out. I can't change my height. Like, no. If you're allowed to have a preference on the length of my hair, I'm allowed to have a preference on the length of your body.
Yes, of course, you're allowed to have that preference. Like I said, it's completely up to you. I was just, you know, kind of wanting to make you understand different point of view. So when women have these preferences, it's perfectly fine. But what I'm trying to get you to see is when men have these preferences, women kind of get to disagree. And from where I'm coming from, men's preferences are more, they're more logical, and they're more, I say they're what's the word I'm looking for? I say they're more acceptable because women can change these things, whereas men can't. Men can't change their height, you know, their height. Men can't change the fact that they can grow beards. Majority of men, they can't grow a full beard, and that's what a lot of women are looking for. So, why would this not be logical?
What is the logic behind you not wanting to be with a woman that has acne?
I'm not saying, I didn't say I didn't want a woman with acne. I'm just saying at least you're taking care, you know, of your skin. I mean, if
what
she
is
has
the logic behind you only
to,
wanting a woman who has her hair has to be at least at her shoulders? What is the logic behind that?
So, okay, I'll explain to you. And this might sound a bit rude, this might sound a bit sexist, but if a woman has the same length as me in terms of hair, right, and my hair is quite short, it seems a bit more masculine because obviously she looks like me. I kind of associate longer hair with femininity. Pretty sure a lot of men do. I don't know if, you know, perhaps maybe your family members might not, or your friends might not, but I'm saying men in general, we kind of associate longer hair with femininity. And
women associate height with, you know, masculinity, right? He's strong, he's big, he's tall. That's a biological thing, right? Women want protection. We need men that can protect us. And if he's shorter, he's less likely to be able to protect us against an assailant. So there is logic behind that.
Absolutely. And I completely agree with you.
We've both been up here for a minute. I think you might have people want to come up. So
no, you guys are fine. Go for it. You guys are good. Talk it out.
No, I've got just one other point as well. When you said with regards to the height thing, I'm going to make another argument here. I feel like as long as you're within the average height, it's not going to make a massive difference to physical combat. Like as a man, like men that are like, let's say 5'9" and upwards, which is the average height, right? We can go to the gym. We can actually train how to fight. So this one, where you're coming from in terms of physical confrontation, it wouldn't be an issue with regards to the average man if a man is able to do all of that. But, you know, again, I'm not blaming women for having this preference, but I'm just saying there's ways around things. Some things, and there's other ways that you can't really make an improvement. You know, it all depends on what you're trying to improve.
I totally hear you. I think it's like I said, some people are just born more fortunate than others, right? The woman who's born with the perfect skin, the nice boobs, and the great hips, she's lucky, right? The man who's born 6'2", you know, muscular built, he's lucky, right? Everyone else, you know, we're kind of we have to deal with what we got.
Absolutely. We're, you know, the vast majority of people are average, and that's just the honest truth. Most people are average, and there's nothing wrong with it. But you can't, as an average person, you can't then, you know, kind of get angry or upset by people who have preferences. Like me, for example, I consider myself average. I'm 5'10". I'm not gonna, get upset if women say they want a 6 foot or over man. Like, does that make sense? I'm not gonna kind of whine about that.
Above average.
Perhaps, but majority of women want people 6 feet and over. Well, according to TikTok or other social media. So, you know, I'm not out here wailing. I'm not being sad. I'm not crying about it. You know, I'm gonna work on other things, and I think women should kind of do the same thing. Like, instead of kind of complaining about men's preferences, I feel like as long as you work on other things, you know, the things that you're lacking in are less noticeable. Does that make sense?
No, and I totally agree with you, right? I can definitely work on my dark spots. Obviously, I can take my ass to the gym. I hear you, but I just think that when men have these crazy standards, that's part of the reason why women do the things that they do to try and meet these standards. That's all.
Okay. So what would you describe as crazy standards then?
They want a woman to look the way she looks without makeup, with makeup on, without makeup. Literally. Like,
I trust me, you know, when I say this, no man like believes a woman's gonna look the same without makeup. We all know there's a difference between having makeup on and makeup off.
No. Let me tell you this. I'm sorry to cut you off, but let me tell you this. There's something called a natural look, right? Ladies, help me out. Ladies, help me, because I don't really do makeup. So, but
are you talking about a concealer where it conceals certain, you know?
Exactly. They don't want her with the contour look, but they want her with the foundation and concealer on. They want her to look like that. And then when she takes that shit off, she looks completely different. So that's what they want. They want her to look like the way she looks with the concealer on.
Right. Has a man ever expressed this to you?
Yes, they literally. There's a study that shows that there was a study that showed that men, they were choosing what they thought was natural, but it was really her with concealer on.
Right, and who do you think? You know, I'm not blaming women. I'm not. You know, this is just a pure question, right? Who do you think is kind of responsible for that?
What do you mean responsible for that?
In terms of kind of, you know, providing, you know, actually like looking that way and kind of having it, you know, having that effect on all other women. Like, who, you know, women are naturally responsible for that because they've kind of led on men to kind of have this perception. Us men, we don't really know much about makeup. It's you guys that know much about makeup, not us.
Okay, yeah. No, I get what you're saying, and I do agree with that. But it's still right. This is a man's world. We live in the male's means. So everything that we did, even that no makeup look where we still have makeup on, we're doing that for the man. So at the end of the day, if men are responding to it, but I see someone do stuff. So
I completely agree with you.
I'm gonna drop because it's 10:30 my time. Thank you so much, Cyrus, for having me. A great topic. It was
pleasure.
Nice speaking with you, Sentient.
Nice speaking to you as well.
Well, so I'm just gonna chime in real quick before we bring up Laura, and you know, I speak for the men, right? We do prefer natural. Now, whatever that is, right? We prefer natural. We do. Yes, ladies, okay. I want to debunk this real quick. The whole no makeup look. Okay. A lot of you ladies use that as a means of saying, well, you guys still want it and we're wearing the makeup. It's trickery. That's what the no makeup look is. It's trickery, right? So if you're expecting the men to be able to discern whether that's your natural face or the makeup, and you've been painted on, or painted on with that sort of that level of skill, that the makeup is going to be applied to the point where it hits all of the natural cues of your face with alterations, that is extremely difficult to pull off. But at the root of it, it's trickery. Right? It's trickery, and it's very well done trickery. It's masterfully done, a lot of women, to be able to do that, right? To falsify their face and have it be so believable. But the root problem is that it is trickery. The men don't want to be tricked, right? That's just what it is. Because when we as men, we see the woman, we're assuming, for the most part, if you're doing the no makeup look, we're not, if you're that talented, we're not going to be able to tell. off rip that you got a whole face full of, you got a whole face on. We're not going to know. Right? We're just not going to know. That's just it. We're not going to know. So that point, it's mute, right? Because you're going into an extreme, which I believe the far majority of women cannot pull that off. They can't pull off the no makeup look, right? It takes an extreme amount of talent. And you may be wondering, Cyrus, why do you know this? Why do you know? My sister's an esthetician. Hopefully I pronounced that word correctly. She's taught me many, many, many things. Some things I wish I didn't know, but now I do know, okay? So I'm red-pilled on a lot of the beauty products and industry around women. So again, as men though, we do prefer what is natural, whatever comes from your body naturally, without the additions, right? That's what we prefer. Majority of men will prefer this. We have a much appreciation and gratitude for women who can take care of herself, right? It doesn't mean you have to look like whatever models are being displayed to you guys in your magazines or in the media that, you know, are centric for women. We don't look at women through that lens, right? That lens of beauty is strictly for you ladies. It's not for the men. And the reason why it's strictly for you ladies is because it's a vertical limit, right? It's linear and it's vertical. That means there's a top and there's a bottom. And if we as an industry want to sell you more makeup, I need to make sure that there's a majority of women who believe they are not enough, that they don't look good, that men think they're unattractive without makeup, that men think they're ugly without makeup, right? If the majority of women considered and actually understood how we as men look at a woman for her physical beauty, I'm talking just the face. If you actually understood that, the makeup industry would begin to plummet, because you will begin to see how little makeup you actually need for a man to want to give you his attention, for him to want to approach you. Yeah? It's a heads up. So any ladies know? Another thing that my brother mentioned was in terms of the short hair. I agree. The short hair does have, depending on the woman, it's reminiscent of a guy, which is why we prefer longer hair. Now, does that mean it has to be down, down all the way down your back? No. Could be shoulder length. Could be just past shoulder length. Depending on the hair texture, it could go right up. No problem. You got big hair. Beautiful. MashaAllah. I don't know any man that don't like a fro. It's natural. It's beautiful. We love the natural hair. So let's say you're a woman who has very curly hair, a lot of kinks in it, right? Maybe not a fro, but it's not very kinky. We love that. Ladies, we as the men, we're trying to tell you guys this. And I know that it's hard to believe. I know it is. I'm telling you from the locker talk of men. From the locker talk of men. You want to know when we start when we find women most attractive? Is when you guys are messy and all natural, like you just came out of the bed, like you just woke up. I'm telling you, ladies, it is what it is, right? And for the most part, again, whatever your body type is your body type. Whatever your facial structure is your facial structure. What we appreciate is that you care for it, because that's fundamentally what it comes down to for us as men when it comes to beauty, right? We see it as a form of discipline. We're not expecting or looking at women to be out in the world and, having to have the discipline to go and, break down structures, dig up the earth, hunt and far. We're not looking at you guys for that kind of discipline. We're not looking at you guys to be conquerors and builders and destroyers of worlds. We look at your discipline in terms of, how do you care for self? How do you maintain self? Because here's the biology behind it, right? How you maintain and care for yourself is an indicator of how you're going to care for yourself when you're with child, but also how you're going to care for the child, because the child comes from you. Right? So I know how confusing it is, because the few voices of men, like me and Sentinel here, we're letting you guys know this is who we are as men, right? And for the most part, ladies, as men, we have a fundamental common expectation and desire when it comes to women. It's very, very common. When I tell you, ladies, we are simple as men, we are simple. The problem is a lot of the confusion comes from what your girlfriends are telling you, what your mama told you, what the hurt woman down the street said on TikTok, what all of the news media tells you guys, all the magazines tell you guys, all of these things, right? That's where the confusion comes from, because very few women actually speak to men. And then when the few that do, when we do tell you, it's so different from what other women have told you that you guys reject it. It's like, oh, that can't be it. That's insane. That's nothing for what we've been told for years now. Right? So, this is where the root of this question comes from, where I'm asking about the beauty without it, right? I'm very curious. And we're not saying, and let me address that, when it comes to the length, we're not saying all of you ladies can have the long hair, right? We're not. But here's the funny part about that. As men, we are very practical. We understand the type of woman we get with. If you're a woman whose hair it doesn't reach the lengths of your back, it doesn't reach the lengths of your back, cool. Are you taking care of it? Right? Do you beautify your hair? That's what we want. Right? I would much prefer, and maybe I'm the only brother here, I doubt it, I would much prefer a woman with a shorter cut, right? Or even faded, if that's the case, than a woman who needs to put on wigs and weaves on a regular basis. I would much rather the woman just have shorter hair and she still takes care of it, but it's shorter. Fine, no problem. That's how much we as men prefer you ladies' natural beauty. Because here's the thing, and I'm going to stop here and I'm going to bring in Laurel and Anissa. We as men, we love how you guys look naturally. And unfortunately, growing up, I've seen it myself. I have sisters and a lot of cousins, nieces. You ladies don't grow up being told that how you are naturally is beautiful. You guys don't get told that. And the other side of that coin is that you guys don't understand or recognize the difference between a man giving you sexual attention, right? So recreational attention versus attention for an investment. Recreational attention is because you just look like a fun time in bed. That's what the makeup's for, ladies. When you put the blush on the cheeks, right? That's an indicator of, being, for another word, arousal. Reddening of the lips, same thing. Right? All of these things are stemmed from ways in which we interact socially, right? And a lot of the makeup indicators are sexual cues for men. They're sexual cues. Yes, blush is arousing. It is. When you...
What you mean blush is arousing though?
It's an indicator of arousal. When you as a woman, when you are, sexually aroused and you're with a man, your cheeks go red. Blood rushes to the cheeks, right? So it brightens up. It's a subtle indicator, but it's there.
You could be cold.
Is that really what you wanted to go with?
No, I'm just saying, like, when you cold, I thought we were just talking about the cheeks, and I'm like, when you cold outside, your cheeks get red.
Okay.
But assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. And Laura, welcome, by the way. If you could get in, I think you had a problem connecting.
No, it's just that I know how TikTok has been crazy lately. So when you I guess you muted all the mics for some reason. The screen froze. I could still hear you, but I didn't know if I was still up here or not.
Oh, okay. Hold on. One moment. You guys go. Whoops. Hold on. One moment. Let me do this. Yep. Hold on. Is it working? 1 second.
I just need something in here.
Oh, hold on. Let's wait a minute. One moment. Do this. You guys do your thing.
Beautiful without makeup.
Yeah. A discussion. You guys hold it up. Let me get it. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, get one of this.
There is some people in this. There's some women in the world.
I want one of those
they're not comfortable with
little things that I have. The
But I
warmers
do believe that
in the bag, the black bag.
It's like,
You could get it.
your mama always told you, no, you can't handle makeup. You young girl, not I'm grown. I can play makeup myself. Because me personally,
Is it that one?
I can go outside with no makeup, no brows.
Lean it down. Push it up.
I can go in the world with makeup and lashes and feel the same way I felt when I didn't have it on. Like, the makeup don't make me feel.
Push it that way when you're
It
gonna have
don't,
it
it
in
don't
your
build up my self-esteem. Right? I already got it lined up. I just like
You're
playing
not
makeup.
pushing that going on. Can't go up anymore. Up in the air.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it down.
Oh, that's sorry. That one is big.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Oh, why is it so heavy?
They got a few in there. Either there's 2 or 3.
Oh, yeah, more than one in there.
Yeah.
Like the people that comments is saying, you look on these
No problem.
pictures that got BBLs, full face of makeup, lace front wig all the way down to the waist, and they got 2 million likes, and you go into the likes, it's all me. So I mean, how is that making sense? And then you go to the natural lady picture, and she might barely got 1,000. Put them 2 same women together, and you make this one up. How society feel like she should be made up, and you let this one be natural, and I bet you she don't get the same attention. So if you want women to stop wearing makeup, I feel like we gotta stop giving the attention to the women in the makeup.
But, there's also a deeper, untouched, rooted issue when it comes to, and it's not just, just makeup. It's women, like, we are win, lose, no matter what side we choose. If you go without makeup, you've let yourself go. If you put on makeup, who the heck are you dressing up for? If you dress up nice, again, it's the same issue. It's just, we can never win whatever flip-flop side we land on. And it's, as women, it's hard and it sucks.
Right. Can I quickly interject quickly? Are you finished? Do you mind if I make my point?
Good, brother. Go ahead.
So go ahead.
So I've noticed you use that great distinction there. If we're not wearing makeup, we're letting ourselves go. If we're wearing makeup, we're doing it to attract others. I mean, like I mentioned this point previously, right? There doesn't have to be that distinction. You can be well put together without having to wear makeup. You can moisturize, right? You can have clear skin. You can have all of that natural looking face without, letting yourself go, or without perhaps maybe, attracting everyone, around you. Sure, you're going to get looks. As the sister said, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Anissa Fofana. She's yeah. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So as you just mentioned, you get looks without your makeup, right? So this is clearly evident. Your looks, right? It does depend, but you actually having a nice, clear, makeup-free face, right? As long as you're taking care of yourself, you're gonna get looks, which actually symbolizes the fact that you're actually more attractive without makeup, right? And just to kind of push the point for what she just said, you said you don't need to wear makeup, but sometimes you do. Can I ask, if for example you're attracting the same amount of attention as you're not wearing makeup as you do, can I ask how what's the reason for you to wear makeup then?
Me, I wear makeup, and I wear it because I like it. Like, I always liked it. When I was a little girl, I couldn't wear it. My mama wouldn't let me wear it. So I went through a stage in my life where I really didn't mess with it. But when I got like 35 or so, I just started dibbling, dabbling, and now I'm like really good at it. Like, I get paid to do makeup.
Right, so it's something that you've grown up with. That's right. It seems a bit habitual, right? It's more of a, natural to you to wear makeup. It's more like, second nature. Does that make sense? Is that correct?
Not really, because like I said, I wasn't allowed to do it.
Oh, you wasn't allowed to do it? Okay, sorry, I didn't hear you. So it's more of you kind of...
I just like it, brother. I really just like wearing makeup. I don't have to have it. It's not like a necessity, but I like wearing it.
Right.
It's like getting your hair done, washing your butt, brushing your teeth, grooming yourself. Like the normal things you do to groom yourself.
Right. To us, it's just, some girls, it's just second nature. And it's strictly, like, for some people, it's even a form of self-expression. You know what I mean? Like, I personally grew up no makeup. I was a farm girl. Never, ever, ever wore makeup. And, even when I met my husband, never really wore makeup until I got with, the Latinas in his family. It's like, no, you can wear makeup without going, and it was just to accentuate what's already there. That's how it was, portrayed to me. You're not trying to go overboard and go nuts or anything, but have fun with it and just accentuate your already existing beauty that's already there.
Yeah, it's just like when a man go get a lineup, or you line your mustache up, or some foreign men. I know some Arab men, they actually even like do stuff with their brows. I feel like it's just a part of grooming.
I think it's a part of culture and grooming, but with regards to getting your hair cut or lining up your beard, I would actually deem that natural as opposed to makeup, because obviously
it's
not saying in a negative way, but it's definitely more natural to cut your hair a specific style than to kind of have makeup on, because makeup isn't and inherently it's not a natural thing. It contains a lot of chemicals. Most of these chemicals age you, right? We all know this. Studies state that some makeup have cancer causing properties. We know that it ages you faster. We know that it makes you look much older when you're younger. So, for example, people that are underage, they give off that look that they're over 18, which is obviously it's a negative thing. It has all these negative connotations, but we're not looking into these negative connotations. We just keep saying to the younger ladies, it's fine. You can look however you want to look. It's all natural. You can attract whoever you want, whenever you want, with or without the makeup. And I believe it's time we start telling people the truth.
But that is the truth, though. You really can't attract whoever you want wearing makeup or not wearing makeup. And it's not natural for you to get your hair cut. That's not your natural state. You cut your hair. I know some men that put that Gorilla Glue gooky stuff in their hair, and their hair be standing straight up. That's not natural. When the brother just said that a man prefers you when you wake up in the morning, and you done washed your face at night, brushed your teeth, you got your bonnet on or whatever it is, that's your natural state. But you getting your hair cut, that's not how your hair naturally is. You naturally got a Eddie Monster. That's like the little diamond point at the top of your head. You naturally got a cowlick, but you done got your hair cut to take that Eddie Monster off.
Right. And I'm just gonna make an example, right? I'm just gonna give you an example. You've mentioned a very extreme aspect of men's haircut. Like, I don't know if you mentioned that, whether that man is able to kind of put a wig on. I don't know. Could you just kind of clarify it? You say a man's able to kind of stick hair on top of his head.
He is. Some men are doing that. It's some little salt and pepper shaker stuff that they be shaking on top of their head. But that wasn't what I was talking about. I was saying that some men use gorilla snot and put it in their hair and make their hair go up like the Jersey Shore boys, and that's not their natural state.
And definitely not, and I agree with you. However, I would just like to point out that is an extreme example you've used. It's not every day. It's not as global as makeup. Vast majority of men, they don't do that. And with regards to haircuts, right? We can say the same things, right? The reason as to why I'm saying it's natural for a man to have his haircut done a specific way, whether that's a shape up, whether that's a taper fade, a woman can do the same thing. She can go to the hair salon, right? She can get a specific hairstyle, and we will still call it natural as long as it's her natural hair, right? We're not debating whether it's weaves or not. It's as long as it's natural hair, as long as it's not falling off, it's natural. It's the same as beard. I've heard women say beards are kind of a catfish because it's not natural. It is, because not all men can sport a beard. Beard are purely genetical, just the same as hair lengths, right? We can't change how long our beards are. Some people can grow them, some people can't. Some people can only have a goatee. So it does depend. And I could use a specific example and say some people have clip-on beards and stuff like that. But that's the extreme. We can't use extreme or exceptions when we're talking about the vast majority of people. Does that make sense, or am I,
No, you're not. You're not. No. You're not. Right? It's going to the extremes of the guys who do whatever gel stuff and all that jazz. It's fine. It is what it is. But that's not the norm, right? We're talking about the norms, what's generally happening.
Right.
And with the makeup, ladies, again, right? We're not talking about when you put on makeup to accentuate what you naturally already have, right? Our concern is far more in the realms of when you are literally changing the visual structure of your face. You're changing the visual structure of your face to have either higher cheekbones, contouring the nose, filling in the eyebrows, extending the eyelashes, all of these things, right? They're lies. Because you're not naturally, your cheekbones aren't that strong. Your eyelashes are not that defined. Your eyebrows are not that thick and or thin. Right? So when I say as men, we want to encourage women to embrace who they naturally are and emphasize that.
I understand what you're saying, Aki. My thing is, I want you to know sincerely from the heart that all women don't have a problem with who they are when they get out the shower, who they are without the weave or whatever. They are comfortable with that, right? But just like you got the scarf on your head. It's things that you do to beautify yourself, right? As a man. Do you think you do certain things to yourself to beautify yourself?
To beautify myself, no.
I'd say I'd like to personally disagree. I'd say there are things men do.
They asked if I do something to beautify myself. She asked me personally. I don't do anything to beautify myself. No.
Would you? All right. What about to make yourself more attractive? Would you say you don't do that? Do you go? I don't want to.
No. No. Go for it. Go for it. No, I don't.
So how do your hair look? You got long hair?
Right now it's just over faded, maybe about half an inch. No lineup.
Hair on your head?
Mm-hmm.
When the last time you cut it?
That would have been about a month or two ago.
So you do get haircuts?
That's when I last cut it. Buzz it down.
I know, because I know you just told me, Aki, that you don't get haircuts, but you do get haircuts.
No, you asked me, hold on. You asked me if I do anything to beautify myself. And I said, no, that wasn't to beautify myself.
I'm sorry, you might have didn't hear me because we were both kind of talking at the same time. But I asked you, did you get haircuts? You said no. And I said, so how is your hair right now? But let's move on. So when you do get the haircuts, what is the purpose? Like, what's the intent?
I don't want to have to deal with my hair. I had locks before. I don't want to have to deal with it. Okay. Yeah, I don't even line it up. I just fade it down. Call it a day.
Do you like to dress nice?
I like to have a uniform. As you guys can tell, very practical. I care about how I dress, yes.
Which is a part of your beauty, right? Like when you put the clothes on, that's.
I don't. Okay, I guess I don't. I'm not even gonna say I guess. I've never thought of that as beauty. At least as a man, I've never thought of that as beauty. I've looked at that. One moment. Oh no, it's not about feminine. No, it's not about feminine. I've never thought of it as beauty. I've thought of it as presentation, right?
But there's men that do, and they'll spend, like, example, there's men that have 50-something pairs of Jordans in their closet for the sake of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I get that then. So I mean, I'm okay with if for the sake of the conversation, we push it into that's beautifying. That's not a problem. I'm just saying I've never looked at it that way, right? I just thought, okay, well, I want to be presentable because that matters, right? That matters. So, so that's that. When we're speaking on, see what I'm pushing towards here with this conversation is my curiosity is in, do you guys feel beautiful in your natural state? Can you walk outside your house for 14 days straight? Hold on. Let me push it then since you got eager. So I'm going to ask everybody here. So can you guys go outside of your house for 30 days straight with the bare minimum? And the bare minimum is this: moisturizer, lip gloss. I'll even give you guys eyeliner. I'll give you guys the eyeliner. I'll even give you guys the I forget what the thing's called. A little bit of mascara and the fillers for the eyebrows. I'll give you guys that much. But no foundation. We're cutting that one out. No contouring. We're cutting that out. Mm-hmm. Can you guys do that 30 days straight to work, to grocery store, to all over the places?
Yeah, videos on TikTok are no makeup.
Yeah, I'm like, me personally, I know I can.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, foundation is not that big a deal. It's like a lot of women wear that because they got like blemishes on their skin, on their face. You feel me? So they covering the black marks or the bags or their eyes.
That stuff makes those things worse. We do know this, right?
Oh, I get it.
Okay, cool.
I get that makeup can be harmful to your skin.
It is harmful, not can be. It is. It's literal chemicals.
Okay. I get that it can be harmful to your skin.
No, it is harmful. See, this is part of the delusion. You guys like to change things to make it a little nicer. No. It is. It's chemicals. You're taking chemicals and putting it on your body. It's bad. It's dangerous.
I get that it is harmful to your skin.
All right.
I get it. Yes. I just wanted, the reason why I came up was just to say that from a woman that I know, I dibble and dabble in makeup, I don't do it because I feel ugly or I don't feel pretty. You know?
Okay, good.
Because I just like to play in it. You feel me? But it is women out here, it's women like on like TV. Right? These women are major influencers that you will never catch them slipping. You will never catch them without makeup because they truly don't feel pretty without it. And so I know that it's true, and I know that there's women out there.
And that's the concern that we have, right? That's the concern we have as men, because we in turn think about our daughters. If we are blessed to have daughters, these women are going to influence them.
Have a daughter, she got a son, thankfully.
I hope she got a husband.
She don't. And I'm gonna keep it the BBL and all that.
Do you see what it leads to though?
I get it. Like, I get it, I definitely get it. Right? And also, it's like a facade. I mean, but she a mean lady. She's a little feisty one. And don't know men want to come back with a woman all day. But I do get your point, though. Like, but remember that she was picked with the makeup. The problem is...
Wait. She was what?
She was chosen. Like, the man did pick her.
Oh, hold on. We gonna answer this. Hold on. Did that man marry her?
No.
She wasn't picked. She was recreation.
She was picked for the night.
No. She don't get that. She wasn't picked.
See, you getting too technical.
No, it's not too technical because this is how we as men are. She wasn't picked. She was just available for the night. She could have been any woman. He could have replaced her with any woman. Didn't matter. He just needed a warm body.
Okay.
That's what happens when you're recreation. You're just a warm body.
Emotional damage.
Not gonna lie.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Now, where do we go from here? Because you didn't shut me down. Where do we go?
Right. Well, I said what I had to say. I'm coming from a more, conservative background. Oh my God.
But okay, but I want to make sure to emphasize this point, right? And my brother was mentioning this as well, right? It's that we don't mind. We like. Okay, let's be real, right? As men, we enjoy the emphasis that makeup can provide, right? You got nice cheeks. You want to emphasize that? We love it. You got nice eyes, lips, whatever it is, right? Emphasize it. Excellent. We love that. We do. Not gonna lie. We love it. However, the problem is that a lot of what is just normalized is in the extremes in terms of makeup. A lot of it is that's normalized is in the extremes.
Like being trapped. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we get where you're coming from because there are women that take it to a whole other ungodly extreme. But, there's certain things that we as women, we also look out for, like with certain guys. We don't like being trapped either.
What do you mean by that?
I get it. It's like, don't be a catfish.
Right.
What would you describe as a catfish or a trap from a man?
Okay, so I've seen some videos where these women went from in an hour, they went from geek to chic. And I'm saying geek to chic because it was an old show, Rick Flake, Jimmy Jones, geek to chic. But I'm serious, they went from very I don't like talking about people, but they just wasn't my taste, right? And then they went and turned and transformed into something they ain't never even seen before. They never even seen themselves look like that.
A lot of that comes from
what changes were those? If you don't mind asking, what changes? What was the end result? What was the difference?
The makeup gave them a whole new face.
So the men were wearing makeup.
Who?
Men go get spray tans.
No, these were
were you
women.
referring to men or were you referring to women?
No, this was women.
Oh,
Have
right.
you
So I
seen
thought you were
the
referring to men wearing
situation
makeup.
without a spray tan? Lord Jesus.
Spray
I
tan.
don't see men wear makeup unless it's on TV.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't really speak on men wearing makeup. It's just feminine.
if you're a man wearing makeup, you need to leave. You need to leave.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, I got a service announcement. If you are a man wearing makeup and you're in the chat, you need to leave.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I don't really consider you.
There's no room here. There's no room here. None of that.
You know what though?
Do what you got to do, but just not here.
There's men that they wake up in the morning, they hop in, they do a quick little spray tan run down, they do the
none of that tan stuff either. No.
On their head, they go and do a little bit of smack glitter gloss.
Mm-mm.
There's men that do this.
I know.
So I wanted to add that this is why makeup has become so excessive. Because when I was a little girl and my granny wore it, it was like maybe like foundation. She might do a little blush, and it was like a lip, and it was like a lip, and that was it. Now, it is excessive now because of the men.
Wait a minute.
Women are taking their makeup tip from those men. And the problem is men are disturbed because these men that's wearing makeup are blending in with the regular women because they can't tell the natural face from the makeup face. And they like, you know what? I don't even want you to wear makeup no more because I done seen too many men in makeup. And I don't even want you to wear no makeup no more. And matter of fact, you got kids, because I need to see if your uterus working. I mean, it's scary out here.
Wait. Hold on. So if I understood what you put together properly, is that the women have modeled their makeup after men who put on makeup. So the drag queens.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree.
Hold on. So the men were better at makeup than the women?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to cut you off.
I mean, why the heck do you think?
Hold on. Let me go down. Hold on. Let me go down this rabbit hole real quick. So the men looked better than natural women when they put on makeup? Hold on, but think about it. This is what you're telling us. If the men looked better as women than the women were naturally, and the women decided, I'm going to now copy their makeup to outdo them, that means they looked better.
I don't like where you're going. Where you taking this?
I don't like where it's been either, but I'm not going to ignore the truth.
I'm about to mute. I don't know where you're going with this. But listen, I don't think that's necessarily it. I feel like we do not think they look better because it's like, baby girl, you're doing too much. But I feel like it did make it back popular, right? Mm-hmm. Because makeup had kind of like died down a little bit. We wasn't really pressed about lashes. I remember when I was 22, I was so proud of my lashes. I used to tell girls, like, I'm not wearing those things. You don't have to take my lashes off my face. Mm-hmm. But then somewhere the tables have turned and makeup is popping now. I don't know if it's the men in the makeup, it's the TV, but it's popular now. And the looks that these women is having is similar to the drag dudes. Mm-hmm. Them is facts. All this contouring and all that stuff, that came from the men in makeup. Mm-hmm. Women wasn't doing that. We was just beating our face with foundation, mascara and lips. Now we done got into contouring, concealer under your eyes, contouring your nose. A lot of that stuff come from the men in makeup.
Mm-hmm. So the men was doing better makeup, looked better as women than the women naturally did. Y'all don't see that as a problem? I have a hard time believing that men putting on makeup to look like women looked better than a natural woman without makeup. I have a hard time accepting that. Like a really, really hard time. But if that's where things have gone within the realm of women, y'all need to fix that, because that is a problem. That is a problem. Because as a man, and I'm sure many of the men here can attest to this, and I'm going to bring in Mr. Undisclosed as well. A lot of you ladies, and I'm just talking about average women, your everyday woman, you guys are beautiful. You guys look good. I'm just talking about your face. You look good. Some of you guys super cute. Some of you guys super chill. Some of you guys got that high, what do you call it? Very, what's the word for it? Prestige kind of look to the face. And you're all still within the average category. So if you're telling me,
okay to be average.
And it's perfectly for everyone's, the far majority of us are average. That's why it's average, right? So if you're telling me that a man putting on makeup looked better than the average woman to the point where the average woman had to go and do the same makeup that he did to compete, please tell me what happened there. something's off. Something is truly off in the raising and teaching amongst women folk for that to happen. And I've seen drag queens. I've seen them. They don't look like natural women. They don't. It's not a comp. They don't compete. So I'm curious as to why women thought that some of these men would be a competition, that they had to actually compete with them on what you guys already had naturally.
Was the men choosing the men in makeup over the natural women?
Well, if a man is choosing a man who does drag, he's gay. So he's not even into women to begin with. So his preferences don't matter.
You know
he was never gonna go for the woman to begin with.
Be easy with that word, Arky. They on the rampage.
Ugh, I was fed up with that nonsense. Look, listen, you're right, brother. Before I say something against the whole live band, brother, undisclosed. Come on in. Let me shut my mouth for a second.
Yo,
what's good, brother?
Man, Harry, y'all got me over here cracking up. But yeah, so me put my 2 cents in. You know, I understand, like, you know, women want to like modify themselves, you know, in order to, you know, keep their physical appearance looking nice. But false advertisement is the issue that a lot of men have. You know, some men won't come out and say, you know, hey, this ain't you. You know what I'm saying? But it is a false representation. It's false advertisement. You know, so majority. I'm just trying to make this clear. And I'm not bashing. So y'all. I know a lot of people, like, if the women in here know me, they know I don't bash. But I do speak the truth. Majority of men, they don't want a false representation of you. They want that natural you. You got what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and I want to say this. So I noticed that women do a lot of stuff to themselves. They work on their outer selves, if that makes sense. Like, they'll get the BBLs, they'll get the Venus flytrap eyelashes, and all this extra stuff, but they're not working on their inner selves, and that's what, you know, actually needs to be done. Like April said, you know, the lady got the BBL, but it's like you modifying all that stuff, but you're not modifying your character, you know, in order to keep a guy. So you want to trap him with, you know, this artificial stuff, the superficial stuff, the surface level stuff. But in return,
what the heck is the BBL?
Brazilian. Yeah, Brazilian.
Oh, okay. Like I said, I'm usually Miss Natural, so all of this I'm new.
Gotcha. So this might not concern, you know what I'm saying, give you too many concerns, because since you do natural, but yeah, in return though, women, if y'all did go natural, because a lot of dudes, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, a lot of dudes want natural, you know what I'm saying. So if y'all went to that level, you know what I'm saying, and got comfortable with yourself, get comfortable in your skin, y'all can save a lot of money. Y'all could like Brother Cyrus said earlier, y'all can like drive some of the prices down on some of the stuff that y'all paying for, because this industry is like taking y'all for what y'all worth. They're making so much money.
Every industry takes us for what our worth. I mean, a little Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
We can't even buy a pair of dang underwear without it costing us $30.
Yeah. So
did Victoria ever tell y'all the secret? By the way, with all that money you guys spend, you guys ever get the secret?
Victoria ain't telling them nothing. Victoria want to make all that money. Yeah.
I mean, heck, y'all's razors is made better than ours.
Damn.
That's true. If you shave with a man razor, way better than a woman's.
Oh, you serious?
Like, for real?
Bags. I'm telling you facts.
And they're cheaper though, right?
The cheaper, the better.
Dang.
See how they getting over on you?
Gentlemen, we up.
I don't want y'all to start, you know, sharing these secrets to other women, because y'all gonna have our prices get raised.
Yeah, I know, right?
You don't want no razor and handle your business.
See, look at her. She's still doing it. Hey, bro.
Easy, man. Easy.
I'm just saying, the ladies need to know because I hate razor bumps. It's
Supply and demand. They gonna be charging us like in all
seriously, man.
Y'all shampoos is better.
Y'all moderators need to be on all these people covered in here. Make sure ain't nobody that's trying to hike our prices up on these shavers because we need them, okay?
But yeah. All jokes aside, though, you know, women, if y'all wanted to, you know what I'm saying, like, I know y'all might feel like, oh, I won't be able to, you know, get a guy, or you might feel like, you know, just because of how society set it up, y'all might feel like, you know, a man won't be interested if y'all don't look like X, Y, Z, if y'all don't like Kim Kardashian or, you know, somebody, you know, that's out there in the eyes of the world, you know. But y'all don't have to look like that in order for, you know, men to be attracted to y'all. Like I'm really attracted to like women that's natural. I mean, I'll still mess with you even if you wearing on like the wigs and the weaves and stuff like that. But I'm really, really super attracted to natural women.
See, but you see that though? You accepting the wigs and the weaves and the makeup is confusing us.
I mean, listen. What I'm saying, hopefully this doesn't confuse you. What I'm saying is, I would prefer, you know, natural over that stuff. But I know how, I don't want to say insecure, but I know how some women are, you know, is to the point of where they feel like, and I'm going to say that word, I'm going to emphasize on it, they feel like they're not worthy enough, or that they would be undesirable if they didn't do that. But it's not the truth. And I want them to get out of that you know, stage in their life, because I can tell it's a battle. It's a battle because you all are fighting against what's on TV. You're fighting against what your friends got on. You're fighting against what you see in the stores. So it's like, and then you're fighting against, you know, wanting to make sure that your dude is satisfied and not looking at somebody else. So you got too much going on. So it's a rough battle. But I feel like if women just fight against all that and just go natural, I feel like that. And I'm not trying to get mixed. Signals, but, you know, we do prefer natural though. Seriously.
I want to say something to that real quick. Like, all I want to say is that when I started looking at makeup and I seen it on a woman, or I seen it wherever, I don't know where it sparked my interest, right? But I saw it, I thought it was pretty, and I was like, ooh, I want to try that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh my God, these chicks out here wearing makeup and my men looking at them. I ain't gonna never get a man unless I wear makeup too. Like, I don't know no women that's really out here thinking like that. And if you think like that, that's some personal hurt you got inside of you. You need to go fix that, baby. Makeup ain't gonna fix it.
Good point.
So,
there's something about the BBL too.
Before we get into the BBL, hold the BBL. Before we jump onto that one, hold on. I gotta say something, gentlemen, brother. If we're going to ride for the natural look, we gotta hold the line, because the sisters are right though. If we're gonna say, as men, we prefer this, we think we know you guys are beautiful this way, and we want to support that. We don't want you guys having to look like the women in the magazines and the IG and all this kind of stuff. We don't want that, right? Because part of the being you know, as natural as possible, there's an ease to that, right? Because you don't have to go and buy this sort of product and learn how to do it and all these kind of things, right? So there's less pressure to go out. If it's minimal, then it's easier on you. And we want things to be easier on you guys. So, you know, we got to hold the line then. If we're going to be like, hey, we prefer the minimal, then we got to be like, all right, we prefer the minimal. And we can't accept otherwise. Because you're right. They get confused. And they're like, well, you just said this, but then you also said this.
He's accepted, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's just some reinforcement for the brothers. If we're going to hold the spot, then we got to hold it.
It's true. It's just that peer pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like and again, I get what you're saying, because I do really advocate for that, and I just know that the peer pressures out here, and she could be getting into her natural state and being like, "Y'all, I'm finna do this. I'm finna go in cold turkey," and then she'll go out into the real world, which the real world is like pushing this narrative, like the societal norms, like, oh, I gotta look like this, I gotta look like that. So then she might see that. It's almost like somebody who stopped smoking cigarettes. I don't know if I can say that on TikTok. But you know what I'm saying? Then they get around other people that's doing it, like after you're trying to cut the habit, and it's like, oh, shoot, now here I go. I'm around a bunch of people that's doing that. Now I want to get back on it. So it's like, but no, I 100% agree with you, though. So it's like, I can't say one thing and then make it, since like almost kind of placate.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Look, here's the thing. Like, I understand, right? Because it's very, we have to push against our nature, which is to not, hurt women, right? Especially how they feel. It's our nature to not want to do that.
No, I don't mind. That's one thing.
Okay, well then I.
Oh boy.
So, okay, then never mind. Forget all of that. Forget all of what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, bro.
Boy said that I don't get down.
Man, I lost like 4 people at one time on my live. You get easily offended, and there's like, no, I don't get offended. The next thing you know, I'm saying something, and they're like, I'm offended. I'm like, hold up. I thought you said you. Well, anyways, let me mute my mic.
Right.
So real quick, before you hopped into the next thing, I just wanted to say real quick, because they had brought up, weaves and wigs. Because I'm YT, I don't completely, hop into that. But I did want to say,
don't y'all wear extensions and stuff like that, like clip-ins?
No, I don't.
Well, not you, but.
But I just wanted to say real quick, I do sympathize with, African American women, because they have such a hard time, because men will sit there and say, oh, no weaves, no this, no that, but society has given them the issue of going natural. That's why we have the Crown Act going around right now. And I'm not trying to be a spokes or anything like that, but I do understand that there's other issues outside of the box other than just self-care, because now, because a YT girl goes and wears dreads, now all of a sudden it's not seen dirty. So, and for guys to sit there and say, no, don't wear weaves, don't wear wigs, it's kind of like
a double standard, kind of.
Right.
I really, first of all, I enjoy you calling yourself a YT person. Okay, I never heard a YT person call themselves a YT person, so I enjoyed that. Now, I enjoyed everything you said, and I don't want to come pop out my neck at you, but I just want to say that YT women have been wearing weaves long before us Black women was doing it. Like, if I'm not mistaken, it's really like a European thing.
I have no clue.
I know, but y'all, they have been on the extensions way before it was even really popular with us. They've been putting the little clips in their head, like he said, it's literally like a little clip that they clip in their head, and it be all over their head.
Oh Lord!
And I want to say this too about the dreads. When a YT woman wear the dreads, she actually made it look dirty. It wasn't even dirty until she put it in.
I will confirm this.
No comment.
No, I will comment because I've had them, and I may just get them back. I will. It does. Oh, man, it does. It looks messed up for the most part. It's the reason why is because the texture doesn't work. It's like you know the ropes, like for a ship, but it's tethered. Yeah. And you take a knife and you just kind of like work it, right? But you work it wrong. That's what it tends to look like. And you got a bunch of them. It's just not right. It don't work. So you either have to have a certain texture, and or when you do get them done, they got to be done very specific to make it work for your style of hair. because you can't be doing it the way we do it because it doesn't work. You don't have our hair. You don't have our hair. It's a big part of it. It's a big part of the equation. I mean, some could say it's the whole equation, like the whole thing, like from top to bottom, right up to the equal side. It's the whole equation. Is the texture of our hair why it works? Just a thought, but yes, it doesn't. No.
Yes or no for me.
You got to spend some serious money and find someone who knows what they're doing to make it look proper for your hair texture. Because a lot of y'all be doing the dreads, the locks, and it's not locking. And it's supposed to lock. It's in the name. It's supposed to lock. It's not locking. We need it to lock. It's very important. You know, very important.
35 strands hanging out of one dread.
It's like a sandwich without bread. Like it just don't work, right? So you need it to lock. It needs to lock. So yes, I will speak on it. No, so you also got to stop doing that. Not because we want to gatekeep it. We want you guys to look good when you do it, though. You're making us look bad when you doing it, and it looks horrible. That's the problem. We're looking out for ourselves.
I don't intend on my hair falling out anytime soon.
There you go. So that's that.
Block that out. Listen, that was the best laugh I had all day because it's not locking.
Good. I'm glad. Look, the truth is the truth. If it ain't locking, it ain't locking. It is what it is.
I love you and I appreciate your efforts, but it's not lockable.
One thing that I want to note though, because someone mentioned about the ladies who tend to there was a comment about a gentleman who mentioned he wants a trophy wife, right? He wants a trophy wife, and the woman he ended up with was someone who had all the fake stuff, all of it from top to bottom. So to clarify, who that man is false. He's lame, because what he wanted is not what he went after. So he didn't know what he was talking about. So please don't use men like this as any sort of reference point at all. Okay? At all. We don't know what he's talking about. Because you didn't even go.
Really be distractions. That's a distraction.
There we go. Right? So we didn't know that. And the one thing to add about that is this. If you want to find that trophy bit, right? You want to find that? Gentlemen, ladies, the more modest dress, natural, the more. Here's the thing. All of this, right? The modest dress or the natural makeup, the self-care, all of these things, it's mindset, gentlemen. Find a woman with the right mindset first, and I promise you, everything else follows. Everything. So I need you gentlemen to look for that, okay? And one thing, ladies, I'm going to tell you guys is the reason why the girl next door tends to get married, but the hot girl from college or high school, she always single, she can't get a man, she always cried, because her mindset is off. When men marry, we begin to prioritize the mindset and character of that woman. When the men are just out playing the field, we don't give a damn. You could be as dumb as a rock. You could be dumber than a rock. You could be as evil as Hitler. We don't care. As long as you're going to be a warm body for that night or the couple of weeks that I want you around, they don't care. Which is why I say you're either investment or recreation. Those are the only two buckets you fit in when a man is looking at you. That's it. Right? And a lot of it at first starts off with how you present yourself. So if you got the long claws on, that's a marker saying you're probably for recreation. Got them butterfly wings going on the eyes? Chances are you for recreation. You got the crazy wild colored hair? Chances are you're for recreation. These are all things that are reflective of what? A clown. Clown does the extremes. And what are clowns for? To entertain. So if you're going to do things, right, that mimic what a clown does, the men are going to see and treat you that way. So you may be a very good woman, but because of the people around you, you dress like those other girls because they're dressed in that way. Then you start wondering, well, I'm a good person. You know, I'm not a garden tool like my friends. But why do the guys keep treating me like I'm them? It's because of association. You're running with the wrong crew. If we as men see 4 or 5 girls, right? All the 4 of them present themselves as recreation, and you don't, but you hanging around them, we just think you're undercover.
So, Aki, I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
How many clowns have you seen with the recreational clause?
With the recreational clause? What I said is this: there are markers of it. Not all women who fall under that category are going to have the recreational clause. They may have other markers. I'm saying these are markers for men that we literally look at. Literally. They're like, oh, I see her nails. Yeah, she's probably for fun. Oh, you see that girl with the hair, dude? Yeah, I see her. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. She's easy. Watch at the end of the night.
You're not lying.
So it sounds like the Disclose is trying to start some stuff in the comments, but he's too scared to say it up here on the panel.
No. What I'm saying is, hey, you know how I get down. So, you know, I'm trying to keep my brother, because my brother Cyrus is a good guy. So, you know, I respect this platform.
No, you can say, bro. You could say it. You could say it.
Just say it. If your lock's not locking, come on now.
I say a whole bunch of stuff around here.
You know how I get down. Hey, bro, come on.
Say it with your chest.
Yo, the ladies are calling you out, bro.
hey, but
I'm scared of Landria. Landria scared you. Alondra.
Please. She does not scare. She does not scare me. But I will agree with Laura.
Because Alondra said her lock's going to be locking. I don't know what's going on with that. She heavy on the melanin.
Nah, her lights look good. Is your name Laura down at the bottom?
Yes.
But yeah, I agree with her point as far as the Crown Act goes, though. That caused, you know, kind of some issues with women trying to do the natural situation back in the past. Because I think it's passed. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's passed like in 2021 or 2022. I feel like it was 2021. Where, you know, if you try to go to your job, some jobs would like.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
They'll fire women just for being natural. I'm like, what is y'all doing? You can't do that.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. So I'm like, progression. Like, where is it at, America? That should have been like out the window back in like the 70s or something like that. Actually, before that, it actually should have never even been implemented. So.
When I found out that was even a thing, it was like
weak.
Oh no, that was good advice. I'm saying
whatever. I thought you had something. You up here agreeing and stuff.
Man, she look at her.
You talking about cool?
Let me mute up. Done with you, April.
You fine.
So like when I found out that was even a thing, like that. Y'all was seriously getting fired just for having your hair natural. I was like, dang, we're going back to, you know, because there's dead laws that still exist. Like, you can't smack your wife on a church step on Sunday, but every other day of the week is fine. That's
damn. What?
Hey, yo.
What?
Y'all ain't never heard of that?
No, ma'am. What?
She from down south. Where you from?
Yo.
South Carolina originally.
Exactly. I'm like, you from down south. You know, they
she deep.
They quick to slap you down there. I seen this movie when I was young on Lifetime, and it was from like the 80s or 70s, and this man was married. And it was a time where the police didn't get into like marital affairs. So this man was literally out here monkey stuffing this woman in the head, and the police just stood there. Mm-hmm. Because it was a law. It was like against the law for them to engaged in a marital dispute. So they just stood there. So she might be right. That's crazy.
No, in South Carolina, one of their notorious dead laws is, it's illegal to slap your wife on the church steps on a Sunday, but any other day of the week is fine.
Thanks.
So I can take her to the steps on a Saturday, and we're good.
That part.
Dang.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, love.
Are there specifics to the steps, or is it like any step? Can I bring my own step?
Specifically church steps.
Okay.
Get slapped on the porch step on Sunday. And you fine.
Huh.
Right. Not the church steps. Don't be doing no abuse on your wife on the steps of God.
On God's
day.
day.
Any day of the week is fine.
Damn.
Well, I thought that way. I thought the most thing you're supposed to do to a woman is tap the bottom of her feet. But it's steps before you even get there.
Jeez.
You know I can.
Whew. Okay.
They on that color purple. What I'm gonna do with her?
Deep.
Oh God, don't even.
Deep. Wow. Okay. I learned something today.
Hey, leave me alone.
It's not be a Sunday on the stairs, on the church stairs. That's what we learned.
Wow.
Nah, you taught me something because them locks don't be locking. I'm holding on to that. Every live I go.
Hey, I hold to it, huh? I hold to it. Just make sure to quote me. Send them over here. You know, it's true. If it's not locked, it's not locked.
I'm using it.
Use it. It's free.
I'm like, you know what? You're just mad because your lock's not locked.
And then Brother Cyrus talking about the circus and clowns. I was like, hold up. Whoa.
Was that not brilliant, though?
That was that perfect.
It makes sense, though. Some women can overdo it where you do look like the men in makeup, like you're overdoing it, babe. You're not even yourself no more. Like, you come to the girl, I'm like, who is that? Girl, it's me, Tisha. Tisha? Girl?
Like, Tisha who?
What you do to yourself? You come in here looking like Keisha. You went from Tisha to Keisha. Wow, babe.
Now I will say this though, you know, those long like nails I can't really deal because like the Freddy Krueger.
Hey,
Freddy
they
Krueger
are not easy to do. I attempted it once, never again. Props to any of you women here that wear.
Man, do not prop. No, do not prop them.
No.
That is toxic. See, that right there is toxic. That's toxic behavior. Laurel, that was toxic.
I'm just saying, it's hard. Like I could not function.
Do you see why you no Laurel? Do you see why you ladies mess each other up? Because you're propping up this nonsense. Why are you propping that up? You tried it. You realized how foolish it was. Then you turn around and you go, but sis, I give you props for doing that though.
No, I'm saying that if the women that can function, like
they're not functioning. I've seen it. They're not functioning. They're grasping at straws.
Right, you gotta think about this because you scoop up some COVID in that thing. You know that's not cool. And then what did April say about wiping? What April? Can you?
How do you wipe your butt, young lady?
Oh my goodness! Come on, April. Can we get a hallelujah?
How would you do it? I mean, I hope you make it. You rinsing afterwards because I know you get something. You got doodle in your nails.
I can barely even turn on my car and get home afterwards.
You got doodle in your nails.
Guys.
No.
That's nasty.
You get what I'm saying? Hello, Freddy Krueger. We cannot do that. So it's just not. It's not becoming y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta let them know. Then the Venus flytraps cannot do that.
Oh, whew. I like that one. The Venus flytrap. I like that one.
I like my lashes.
April, chop them things off.
No, but I've got barely any lash at all. Like I put mascara on and it's a joke.
That's what we like. We like that. Just
yeah.
Tiny
no, you do not.
Wait, you said we don't?
That you taking the BBL and the makeup, so you can stop.
No,
wow.
Yeah, we don't want that.
See, he is a double standard because he accepts bad behavior and he congratulates them with the pickle. offend me. I want to see how far you go.
Yeah.
I'm stay muted.
That's because your locks don't be locking.
It's on the run. It's on the run.
Oh my gosh. Okay, but guys.
I think I hit a nerve when I said something about them being splat traps she got on.
Woo!
I told you I like my lashes. Whoa, son. Whoa, son, you doing too much now.
Okay, let me ask this then. Let me ask you this. I'm just genuine question about the eyelashes though.
How do you feel about men wearing flowers and diamonds and sparkles on their jackets?
What?
Like rhinestones or something?
Undisclosed. I'm asking the brother.
What? Like?
How do you feel about a man wearing a jacket that got flowers and hearts and freaking diamonds and rhinestones?
Like it's all over the jacket, that kind of thing. Like it's part of the design of the.
Yeah.
Why? He can't be around me. Can't be around me.
What happened?
Undisclosed. So how do you feel about a man wearing a jacket with flowers and diamonds and all this sparkly stuff all over his jacket? How do you feel about that?
I guess in my opinion, it depends. If it's like real girly looking, then I would say no to it. I would say no to him. Like, don't do that.
Okay. Interesting.
If it looks girly, like, you know, I mean, unless he is that type of person. No offense to anybody that's like that, but
no, I have no problem if the brother's gay. He's gay. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
But if you dressing up like with all that kind of, no, you can't be around me with that. All the hearts and the diamond and the sparkly jacket type stuff. I don't. Nope.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. What you was asking us?
I don't know why you're sorry. It's just that was a good question. Nope. Michael Jackson was a performer. He did that for stage, and he didn't do what she's describing. So, easy. Maybe Prince is different. Prince is another story. If you want to talk about Prince, that's a whole other story.
Yeah, he wore women's shoes.
Yeah, he did some. He did too much.
Yeah.
But the women liked it though. So for that, they loved him. They loved that man. It was amazing when.
Good looking man.
Yeah, would I hang out with him? Nah.
No, I'll say this.
I would hang out with him in private though.
I'll say this.
I think he'd be a cool person.
I think he's cool.
And I think he was super smart and he knew a lot.
Yeah, but we can't go out the way he was dressing though. It's just I'm gonna be uncomfortable. I'm insecure. I got insecurities. I'm gonna be insecure.
He said we're not about to walk around downtown with you in that jacket.
That's one. Yeah, you ain't gonna be wearing no them chaps or whatever things was that he had on. But I'm secure with my manhood, so like I'm not gonna be scared of like that type of person like being around me. You got me? Like I'm just that secure with my manhood though.
No. Here's the thing. I have no problem being around. So I got friends who are right, but for me, I am insecure about my manhood. Okay, I need it to be checked. I need it to be massaged and propped up. All of that stuff. Okay, I desire that. All right, I'm cool as a person. My manhood, on the other hand, it needs nurturing. Okay, it doesn't need negative stuff, so it needs nurturing. So I can't. Nah. Couldn't do it. But I love my friends. I have friends that are gay and they're the coolest people I know. They're more men than straight men I know. They just happen to be turned on by other dudes. I don't roll that way.
I respect that.
Me neither. But
Wait, what is it that you respect? I forget. I'm probably a little slow.
I respect that you still respect them, right? And it's like, you still my friend. I just don't agree with your lifestyle.
Yeah, well, I got nothing to disrespect them for.
Absolutely. But a lot of people tend to be hard on them. Like, I can't be around you. I can't be your friend, or I don't want to talk to you. It's really like a phobia, right?
Yeah. No, I'd be disrespectful to him because of how we dress. Like I disrespect him left, right, and center for how we dress. His sexuality, I don't give a damn. I don't care. If we going out, we looking presentable, okay? We going out here looking presentable. We ain't doing none of this nonsense.
Right. What up, Raw?
Yeah. Oh, so the question that I wanted to ask though, because I genuinely want to ask this, ladies. And this is for you guys in the chat every way. Like I genuinely want to understand this one. When doesn't matter. Why did the extended eyelashes become popular, and what is the appeal from a woman's point of view? I'm like genuine. This is not any sort of mockery. I'm genuinely curious.
Me, my appeal is I have no lashes, like none. Save me to God. So it's like, okay, I actually have a chance to have lashes.
Okay, so for some it's a deficiency. All right. Anything else?
For me, I'm gonna tell you like this. I put them lashes on, honey. Baby, the eyes just be giving what they supposed to give. It just take your eyes to another. It's like the cool. You know the cool.
Okay, but
I know, but yeah.
But isn't the whole more like the eyeliner though than the eyelash?
Yeah, that's why I'm like I get the cool, and it was really used as a protection.
Yeah.
Wear it, right. Yeah, because they was in the desert, and so they used it to like a form of protection on their eyes. But it's just a form of beautifying yourself. Like I'm telling you, the lashes, baby, when you put them on your eyes, it just takes you to another level. It's like, oh, I'm a cutie, and then you put the lashes on, like I'm a
okay, hold on. But from my understanding, and this is all the ladies, it's all ladies, didn't the eyeliner, didn't that emphasize the eyes, or no?
It can make your eye look wider, but the lashes itself, I don't really know what it necessarily does, but it's pretty.
Like, and guys always say the first thing that they look at is a girl's eyes.
Not me. I look at something else.
Yeah, a lot of men, that ain't the first thing. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, no, that ain't it. I know that's what you guys tell each other, but I'm like, that couldn't be me though. I don't know about the other brothers, but it ain't being undisclosed. That is not the first thing.
What's the first thing you look at?
The figure.
Hey, so her eyelash be lashing. That's what she's trying to say.
Her eyelash be lashing.
Yeah. She likes the convenience, so she got those.
Listen, hold on a minute. Wait. What is wrong? Hold up. What is wrong with my first look? Tama Muslims in here being to catch the silhouette. What is the problem?
Because I'm cardboard and I don't got nothing working.
You just got a flat back.
That was so crazy.
What up, Raw?
She said, please look at my eyes. Look at my eyes.
Exactly.
No, I'm not looking at that.
I'm so surprised.
That's just a mirror, okay?
Sorry, too funny.
She got a flat back.
I think the thing with the lashes is like, okay, so when we're young, when we're teenagers, we literally mess up our lashes with mascara and stuff, right? And then because mascara over time does get rid of your lashes. I've experienced it. And then we destroy it, and then we start putting these lashes on. And then I think the bigger it gets, the crazier it gets. It's like a texture thing. It's like it needs to match up with my hair type of situation. You get your hair done, now you got to get your lashes done to kind of bring it all together. Now you got to put makeup on because you know what I'm saying? It's just the endless like cycle of how we first don't appreciate what we got, and then we try to like, you know what I'm saying? We try to just kind of like mimic it, and then
okay, so it's basically like, all right, I'm gonna say this, and then I gotta answer another question, then we'll come back. So that's, I get what you're saying. Now, when it comes to the actual like purchasing and gathering of the materials, because that's what I believe it is, it's gathering of materials. It's like you went to a fast food joint or whatever, right? You had to get the combo. You couldn't just get the fries. You're like, but they got, the burger and the drink, so I gotta get the extra stuff. It's like I can't just get the eyelashes. I gotta get the hair, and I gotta get this, I gotta get that to bring it all together, like you said. I see it like a combo. That's just how my male brain interprets this. Now, before we jump more into that, someone got an answer from in the chat, because they asked about the looking, and she's asked if, well, what if the sisters, modestly dressed, like the abaya, things of that nature, how can you tell? Okay, ladies, so this is a thing for a lot of the Muslim sisters, or those of you who wear very loose gowns and dresses. You wonder, well, I'm wearing the modest clothing, I'm drobed up, all right? I'm drobed up. Like the material is materialing, all right? It's flowing all over the place. It's abstracting. Why are the men still looking? What is going on? Let me explain. So as men, right, we have always watched you ladies. We've always had our eyes on you guys. Now, our eyes are trained at pointing out various aspects of your physique, such as, where's her waistline at? Where does her bust present herself? Right? What about them shoulders? The hips? We are trained to notice these things when we look at you guys. So even when you're wearing like the abaya, or you got like the overcoats that are very flowy for some of you ladies, if you're not wearing an abaya, it's like a long, I don't, you guys can forgive me. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm doing a good job describing clothes that I don't know how to name. Even though you're wearing that, as men, we can tell, because in most cases, ladies, you guys are moving. That's just it. You're moving. So the moment you move, the material moves, and our eyes know exactly where to look to get an understanding of the curves that have been attributed to your silhouette. Now, does that make sense? Hopefully that's explained. Jilbab, yeah. Jilbab, abaya, there we go. Thank you. Yep, we got it. All right, see, gentlemen, thank you. There we go. So there you go. That's why some of you ladies, especially the Muslim sisters, you guys be out there with you guys be, curtained up, and you're still getting the attention. This is why. This is why.
Wind blow and they can see that dog.
There you go.
We can see the asset.
There it is.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I have never tried to wear burqa. I wear niqab, but not the burqa. So the burqa might be hit a little different, because that's literally like head to toe. But in a jilbab, the way I'm set up, you can still see it.
See?
The wind even got to blow, and you will see it.
Exactly. Even in the niqab, same thing.
But it's not about that. It's about your intentions. When you put
exactly.
the clothes on, your intentions was to cover up.
That's your intention. But on the other side,
you said over here with
on the other side, it's another story. My eyes still work. They still work. So, yeah, that's why. And I'm gonna leave it there, because I think I've been exposing too much of myself this life. Go ahead, brother.
Can I say this? Okay, so your question is, are you not beautiful? Are you not beautiful without makeup?
Yes.
But see, here's the thing. Let's take it a step further, though. The clothing situation also for the women. Like, y'all don't have to have this revealing clothing to
Ooh.
You're still beautiful even if you are covered up. You know what I'm saying? Like, or because sometimes when I mention this, they're like, "Oh, what do you mean? Do you want me wearing like some jogging pants and this, that, and the third?" I'm like, "No."
That'd be kind of dope, though. That's kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Men, we actually do we gravitate towards it. It's attractive to us. But I was gonna say to them, like, they can still wear like clothing that